All right, welcome back to the journey. Thank you for being a part of the journey, and don't forget to share the journey. So, with me having a rough time with my grandfather, I was out drinking, and I woke up to find out I drove across the pond. And don't know what I was thinking, but it doesn't look like I was driving too straight or kind of knew what I was doing. But these are the things with homesteading. But of course, if you follow these tracks and you go over here to the end and you've seen the truck and the tracks go into the little hole right here, you know that I don't have a dolly and the truck couldn't go in that tiny little hole. So basically what I did was I scooted my feet down the ice to leave tracks like that, and it looked kind of cool that it looked like somebody actually drove across the pond. So I didn't really drive across the pond drunk, but it was a good little joke on you guys. So I'm down here. You can see the snow is slowly melting away. I keep chopping this ice with the hatchet to get the spillway thawed out and get it opened all the way. And it's just been bitter cold. We had another couple snowstorms the other day. A lot of it's melted down, but you can see we've got so much snow. And right now I only have one pipe that is actually thawed out and running water. The second pipe is completely frozen solid. It's got probably at least 4 to 5 feet of ice just completely packed in there. And it's going to take a while for that second pipe to thaw out. But hopefully once we get some nice warm days and the weather changes up, it will get better. The pigs are having a good time because they had their mud puddles down below now. And of course the ducks and the geese are getting happy because every day I pickaxe a little bit of the pond and I chip it back and chip it back and chip it back so it melts. And where I'm walking right now with Max and the other dogs, this ice is like 4.5 to 5 foot thick. So no worries of falling 18 feet deep into this pond right now. And even the edge of the pond down here where the ducks are, where I've been chipping, it's still a couple feet thick, just 6 inches from the edge. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to chip some of this up, and I'll show you how thick the ice is. And I'll be right back with you guys. And we're just going to get some work done here and get the ducks a little bit bigger pond. Alright, so you can see that big chunk of ice. I just broke off a couple big pieces real quick just to show you what it looks like. And then of course it's a bunch of smaller pieces because it breaks into small pieces. But there's the pickaxe, and that just goes to show how big of a piece of ice that is. And with them floating in the water, not being solid chunk of ice on the pond, they melt like ice cubes in a glass of lemonade. So I'm going to chip up some more. I'll show you what I do every day, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so we got little Max right here. We got me and Mouse, Max, Minnie Mouse, and Mickey in the far back. And I'm down here, and this is all the ice that I do. Like I said, I can't make much progress because the ice is so thick. But I do get it back about a good 6 to 8 inches, sometimes up to a foot, depending on how thin the ice has melted on the backside. But you can see, I mean, it's just layers and layers of ice. And there's my boot, and it's thick ice. And this is what I do every day to try to make it a little bit bigger for the ducks and the geese before spring gets here. Because the pond had melted before I got the de-icer. Oh, there goes Max. Or not Max, that's Mr. Chubbs. Mr. Chubbs thought that was solid ice, and he went right into the pond. So I'm going to have to come get his little butts out of the pond because he can't pull himself out. So this is a homesteading for you. You got some goofy animals sometimes that don't pay attention to what you're doing and pay attention to their surroundings, and they just boop fall right into the pond. So that's the brothers and sisters right there. That's Max, the big one, Mr. Chubbs, the one that fell in the water, and Mia Mouse, the little girl. And Minnie Mouse is shaking her head, thinking, only my puppies. So, because they had the double coat, they stay warm. You can see he's having fun. He's just gallivanting around. He thinks it's funny that he went into the pond. We got Mr. Miracle up there, the white and black llama. We got E.T., the black alpaca in the background behind him. And the puppies are just going to have some fun. But the pond froze up solid, for those of you that don't know, before I got the Casco de-icer. And the Casco de-icer was able to open some of the pond, and it's kept about a 20-foot circle open. So hopefully next winter I'll have it running from the get-go, which will keep the pond open even more. But we'll see how everything goes. Spring is around the corner, so get prepared. We got a lot of projects coming up and a lot of good content. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.